Alright, so we all have witnessed the catastrophe that is Cyberpunk 2077, and this video is me basically ending my relationship with it on the channel. It's a really sad way for the game to go, and I just, I had huge ambitions for it. I even said in my channel update that this was going to consist of Outward, other RPGs, and Cyberpunk was supposed to be the forefront of that, of the other side where I play other games. It was just a nice way to start and end the year. And yeah, I'm ending it pretty fucking early. To cut to the chase here, Cyberpunk's biggest issues are immersion and game-breaking bugs that absolutely destroy the game's experience. When the game is working correctly, you have this amazing overworld with lots of love and detail, the ambience is claustrophobic, the sound design of the guns and the vehicles are perfect, the character dialogue is pretty good for the most part, some goofy stuff here, but I mean, it's not as bad as, like, let's say GTA 5's, where almost anything out of anybody's mouth is completely retarded. And I know, the graphics are so good. Yes, we all are aware of how good the graphics are on a technical level, and air quotations here, when it is working perfectly. When it is working, it is good, all right? I have to always say that because it's not always working, and therefore it is not always good. Every time you load up Cyberpunk, you're rolling the dice. You might land on a 1 that fucking gives you the worst experience ever, or you might roll a 6 and you might get the best performance possible for a solid 2 hours. It all depends. And don't get the wrong idea, I will give credit where credit is due. It is good, and graphically and a technical advancement as well, it is good. They are setting the ground for a lot of future updates, and especially for the next generation and hardware, this is looking pretty good. But that doesn't band-aid all the severe hemorrhaging the other issues are causing. Probably the saddest moment about the situation is the reputation of the developers that pretty much got shot to shit. These are the same people that gave us The Witcher, and mind you, that game wasn't actually very good either whenever it came out, but as it progressed, it got better. The point of me saying that is that this game was supposed to be a technical advancement for new hardware, and somehow we regressed back to PlayStation 2 level glitches and bugs. So while I want to keep my trust in these developers, I just can't with how poorly this project was managed. The last generation of consoles are the ones that got hit the most, and that's a bullet I barely dodged because I was 20 seconds away from buying it on console, and then I saw some reports and talked with a few people, got wind of how bad it was, and essentially just a lot of convincing for me, where people were telling me, why would they put so much effort into old generation when new generation is around the corner, blah 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 blah. And yeah, it made a lot of sense, so I said fuck it and just got it on PC and played it on GeForce Now. But the problem is, we didn't get to see gameplay footage of last generation, and that's really where the trust got destroyed. They were even telling reviewers at one point that you can't use any new footage or whatever, or that if you're gonna do a review, use the old footage or use this, blah 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 blah, just not using console version. But it's like, how the fuck, you're just trying to hide the fact that you have a shit-stained turd here. So I said shit-stained turd, like it's a turd, it's always, you get the point. I'm pissed.
From what I've understood, that Cyberpunk was actually asking people to use the B-roll footage for their reviews given. I think this was intentionally trying to make the game look better than what it actually looks like.
You can't expect me to keep my trust in a company that was severely trying to downplay how bad the next generation, or the old generation I should say, was. You can't sit there and tell me I have to trust these people. I don't care about their track record anymore. I mean, you crossed the line. You should have showed footage. That is the biggest issue, and I should have seen that coming. I should have seen that as a red flag and called it that. This is not old generation footage, and I should have said that. And I never did because I was blinded by the dream, and that's really the issue. Now, in a random panic to damage control, Sony removed Cyberpunk off of the Play Store and are offering refunds, which is great, I guess, but that 9-year wet dream still eludes a lot of people that have been waiting patiently for years. I have probably no doubt, at least with time, they can fix this game and make it to what everyone wants it to be, but even for other platforms, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've played on GeForce Now at max settings all the time on PC, where it's supposed to be, I guess, and it's been a pretty good experience. It's not really up to par, in my personal opinion. I've been playing constantly on GeForce Now, and I've experienced maybe about 10 bugs in total through my probably, let's say, 20 hours of gameplay. And yeah, most of the bugs are, AI or just being goofy or texture bugs. and that one where if you break a window, it'll launch you 10 years away. But about 3 of those bugs were game breaking, where either I couldn't progress in a quest, I couldn't pick something up, or something kept looping and I couldn't get out of it that caused me to reload multiple times. And at this point, with a 9-year development cycle, not to mention overpromising and just, Hollywood's involved, everything, you expect things to be rather smooth. So whenever you come across one bug that's pretty game breaking, that's a pretty big deal, let alone 3 back to back and having them consistently throughout your playthrough. That is a problem. As an ending statement for this video, we have been let down by EA countless times, we have been let down by Bethesda countless times, and we also have been let down by Ubisoft countless times. We expect this level of failure from them because that's the pattern they've shown for years now, and it seems there's not going to be any change in sight. But now, from a studio that is well respected and has a track record of always putting the player first, has now failed us. We're losing a lot, lads. All right, it's fast too. We are losing studios left and right. Remember when BioWare was good? Yeah, me either. That's how fucking long it's been. The year 2020 was kind of shit for games, and honestly, it was just shit in general. But we're ending on a shit note here for gaming, and hopefully 2021 we get a lot of apologies and better games. So let's go into 2021 with a fresh slate, and we should probably stop playing Cyberpunk. We really should fucking just not even look at that game anymore. But I think that's going to be it. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. We'll play some more Outward. I'm going to find a new game to play. I have no idea what else to play on the channel now that Cyberpunk is dead in the water. So we'll take a look around and see what pops up. But that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.